I haven't done one of these in a while, but I decided that I'd like to start doing them again just to keep track of where Alfie and I are going. So, Alfie and I are in Gretna Green, and I've got my running gear on. I'm ready to go, um, but I'm not going. It's what is it? Storm Barra or Barry or something is is absolutely battering the car park that I'm in. I have contemplated moving to another car park just up the road, the other side of Gretna. Yeah, I think it gets a bit darker at night. Plus the fact that I've been here one night already and they've locked me in last night, so I'm thinking if I stay a second night, maybe that's pushing my luck. But maybe if I just move up to the other side of Gretna, I'll be okay. Because this little guy tomorrow is getting a rabies jab. I've booked him in for a rabies jab. Now, I'd like to take Alfie to Europe. And I'd like to go after the new year when the kids have gone back to university um, for a couple of months. The issue around going to Europe is that it's complicated now with the whole Brexit thing. We can't use the pet passport anymore. We need an animal health certificate that you have to get every time you travel out of the UK. So to go across into Europe, I need the animal health certificate, and that needs to be you need to get that within 10 days of travel. So I can't pre-book it. Um, I actually don't know when I want to travel. So I have to wait until and then try and coordinate everything. I suppose it's like coordinating separate flights and everything else. I'm probably going to go in the Eurotunnel and take and drive across. The ferry is one option, but it's a lot more expensive and more awkward. If I go on the Eurotunnel, I can just drive on with him, go straight on. So I'll do that. But yeah, so he's getting his rabies shot tomorrow, which was awkward in itself because everyone that I called a few vets, and they just kept going on about how things have changed now. And in the end, I had to say to someone, It doesn't matter that things have changed. They said, "Oh, you need to get this other thing done." I said, "What? Do I do that now?" "No, when you were in Europe." I said, "Well, then what's the point? What does it matter now?" Right? All I want is the rabies shot, right? I ended up hanging up on someone because we ended up getting into an argument that they wouldn't just say yes or no, they'd do a rabies shot. So anyway, I have found a vet who said he's going to do the rabies shot, and that's fine. He'll get that done tomorrow. He also needs a full set of vaccinations because he hasn't had any vaccinations for over a year. So he can't just have a booster. So he's going to get a full set of vaccinations, but I'll probably get them done at his vet's when I take James back down. The rabies one's the important one because it needs to be done 21 days before you can go into Europe. 21 days or more. So if I get that done now, then I have to wait 3 weeks, and then anytime after that 3 weeks, I can go into Europe with him. So yeah, but I will get his other vaccinations done because he just should get them done. And get a checkup done while I'm there too for him, just to make sure that he's all hunky dory. But he seems to be fine. He's lovely and cozy, and he's snuggled in at the moment. I don't know if you can hear the wind and the rain, but it is here. Can I show you? That's outside, and it is not nice. So this is Gretna Green, and yeah, we're here till tomorrow. Like I said, I'll probably move up the road to the other one, and then we'll move on from there, and I'll see where I'm going. I might head over towards Edinburgh way, or I'll go to Glasgow, depending on stuff. Um, yeah, what else have I got? Oh, lithium. I've been looking into this whole lithium situation. I'd like to put lithium in the van because obviously it gives you more power, more battery capacity. So I'd like to go with the 200 amp hour lithium. I've currently got a 95 amp hour AGM battery. I'd like to go with the 200 amp hour lithium battery because on the AGM you only get half of the capacity anyway. So I've really only got a 50 amp hour of actual capacity. Because if I go with lithium, I'd have the full, it's actually a 230 amp hour battery that I'm looking at putting in. The problem with the lithium battery is I can connect it up to my current charger, which only has an AGM or a gel setting. They say to change it to the gel setting. If I put it on the gel setting, apparently that's not good for either the alternator or the lithium battery, because it has different float voltages, and when it reaches maximum voltage it continues charging for so many hours or something, and lithium doesn't like that. So it's not good for the lithium battery, and also apparently it's not good for the alternator either. I don't know how all that works, but anyway, that's what they said. So your options are: you put in a new DC to DC charger, or you get the electro block unit, which is the controlling unit for all the electricity, converted over to charge lithium. I don't know how that works with the split charging to the van battery anymore. So I don't know what to do about that. I need to do more research into it. So for now, I'm just going to stick with my 95 amp hour AGM battery and leave it at that. I would like to go the lithium route because it would give me a lot more capacity. I could probably run my inverter more, and I could probably run my Ninja Foodie and actually have some decent meals that I'd like to cook. Cottage pie, for example, or wings, things that I can't really do given the restrictions I've got at the moment. But if I had that Ninja Foodie, I could do this stuff. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. And that's it. We're just sitting working, but we're holed up at the moment. Like I said, I've got my running gear on. I did actually make it outside, and I took Alfie out just for a wee before I went for a run. And while we were outside, I just said, nah, to hell with this. It is cold, bitter cold, and blowing a gale and raining. And I'll just watch my calorie intake today, and if there's a break in this, I'll go for a quick 10k. I only need 45 minutes to do 10k, so I can go. But I can see it lashing on the ground now, and I just don't fancy it. The other thing I've got to do is fix my door again. So the door pin came out, and the door doesn't lock with the central locking anymore. So we're currently having to go out of the front van doors, and that's not great, but it is what it is. So I need to take the door panel off. The problem with taking the door panel off is it's a plastic panel that has to actually be pried off gently, and you actually have to bend the plastic to get it off. The problem with that is plastic doesn't like to bend when it's cold, so you want it to be warm. So the idea is you want a day when it's at least above 10 degrees, get it nice and warm in the van, then strip all the hardware off the door, open the door, and as quickly as possible while the door is still warm, get the plastic surround off. But it's December. It's unlikely to get above 10 degrees. I could maybe take a chance of doing it if I can get the van nice and warm on a day that it's reasonable, not a day like today with it blowing a gale, because that's not gonna work. It's not gonna help, is it? So I need some sort of a compromise. If I was back at home, so maybe if I wait until I take James back down, I can get a hairdryer on it and keep the door supple while I take it off. So I might consider that, just waiting, just use the front door of the van for the next, it's only a week and a half away anyway, isn't it? Yeah, so I might just do that. We'll see. But anyway, so that's where we are at the moment. It's Gretna Green, and it is lovely here. We've been for a walk around the mall and the blacksmith shop. It's a nice area, and I would like to get this run in, and I would also like to do some bike riding. He hasn't even been in, he's been in his bike trailer for a very short ride at the Falkirk Wheel, but he hasn't actually had a proper ride in his bike trailer, so I'd like to get that done as well at some point, and get off on that. It's all in the garage, and I've got hooks for everything, so I'll show you when I can get out there in decent weather how I've organized my garage. It's actually quite tidy at the moment. I can get my bikes in and out, which is good, because when I last went to go for a bike ride, it was a case of taking loads of stuff out to get the space, and that wasn't good. So I've made some more space in there now. But yeah, still more to do, still more organisation to do, and figure out if we're going to Europe or not. But the other thing about Europe is I'm not entirely convinced they won't close the borders over the winter. This whole new Omicron COVID business, and the way it's all coming about again, I wouldn't be surprised if the borders close up again. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I'll get him his rabies shot. At least he's ready then. I'll get him his vaccinations because he needs them anyway. And then I will try and find out the rest about getting him the health certificate and about booking my Eurotunnel. And that way I can be ready. So if I go, I go. We'll see. All right. Anyway, have a great day. That's us. We're staying here. I'll let you know if I go for a run.